Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. It's-A-Mii here, and today we are doing a new episode of the games I'm playing for the month of November and a little bit of December, as well as a channel update. I feel like I owe you guys some answers as to where I have been, where my uploads have been, because over the past couple of months, it has been very sporadic. So if you want to see the games I'm playing, I'll have a timestamp for that. And if you just want to hear the channel update part of this video, I'll have a timestamp for that as well. If you are new here and you enjoy JRPG video game content coverage, all that fun stuff, casual game discussions, I would appreciate you liking the video and subscribing. Let's get into it. Okay, so I'm kind of combining these two videos because I don't really just want to do a whole separate like channel update video. I've never been that kind of YouTuber, but I did want to give you guys some updates on the channel and kind of where I see things and where I want to take this channel into 2026, but also the remainder of 2025. But we'll start off with the games I'm playing. Kind of some top level thoughts on a few things. So Kirby Air Riders played it, did a review of it over on Bo Talks Games. I enjoyed that game, and I think for what soccer I was going for, they did like basically a perfect job of making what they were going for. I just think I don't really love what they were going for. I had fun with it for the weekend that it came out, but I really feel no desire to go back to it or like 100% it like a lot of other games. It's good. It's a quality game. I just don't know if I really vibe with the overall gameplay of it. But it's fun, and in certain circumstances, especially City Trial with friends is probably the best mode in that game. There's also Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, which actually just came out today. I got my physical copy in right here for the Switch 2. Happy to finally have this game released. I did buy it digitally so I could play it early and kind of get ready with some videos for it, and it's good. I think, I'm still very early, so I don't want to, get into my full thoughts here. But my first like immediate takeaways were it's Metroid Prime, which is a good or a bad thing depending on who you ask. I don't love Metroid Prime, but more importantly, the like, real positives, the art direction and like the visuals of it, outstanding. Some of the best art direction in like a Nintendo game. I feel like it's really a beautiful game. All the different like areas. I think it's a Volt Forge is like the stormy area. It's like the second area you go to. I mean that is a beautiful, breathtaking biome, I guess we'll say. And then the audio design and music as well, I think is really good, top notch Metroid stuff right there. All the gameplay stuff, I'm not super feeling just yet. Like the psychic abilities and doing all these different buttons. I just got Viola not too long ago. The desert definitely feels a little empty and like a little off, but I'm still very early. I don't want to make judgments on those things just yet. We'll see how I really feel once I finish it. And of course, there will be a review over on my main channel, Bo Talks Games, once I finish it up, probably this week. And I imagine I'll get through most of it over the weekend. And then, of course, we have three games I've been playing over on the PS5. So, first up, a quickie. We have Euphoria 2 of the Saga. This, of course, is a remake of Hebereki 2, I believe is how you say it. Hebereki. These are Sunsoft games from like the 80s and 90s, and they recently remade this one like a year or two ago. And it's always been on my radar. I played it a little bit on Switch, I want to say. Picked it up on PS5 when it was cheap, and I actually got the Platinum in this one. Very cute game. Very basic, NES style platformer. You're not going to get the craziest level design or anything here. But it's nice to like be going to my backlog and just chipping off random stuff like this. I love the art style though. That is the main takeaway here. The presentation of this feels like a good feel game, and it's awesome. I just love the cute little characters and seeing their interactions and the music. It's all very charming stuff in Euphoria 2. The actual gameplay itself, nothing to write home about. Very basic platformer design, but it was a fun platinum to go for. Just getting all the different like little upgrades for your four characters. There was one trophy that ended up being like honestly maybe half my playtime, where you just have to grind out 50,000 coins. So I was just doing the same route over and over in this beginning area in Euphoria Fields. But I would recommend this for like $10. I think it's a fun, cute little platformer, especially if you grew up with like 2D platformers. I played a lot of NES games growing up, so this kind of feels right at home for me, even if it's not the most groundbreaking thing or anything. I had fun with it, especially because of the visuals. Like I said, it feels like a good feel game or something they would make, not like that crafted world or, epic yarn art style. Not quite that, but you know what I mean. Very charming, unique visuals for this game. The other game I've been playing a lot of, and I actually platinumed as well, is a game we talked about in the October games I'm playing video, and that is Ball Pit. So I mentioned in that video that it wasn't really clicking for me, and I wasn't sure how I feel about it, and I didn't really think I liked it, frankly. It finally clicked for me. After like 7 hours, the game finally clicked. Eventually, you get this power up that lets you take two characters into any given run. And that immediately like just blew the door open for this game in terms of like the game clicking in my mind and me getting very invested in it, into the progression system, into the upgrades, into the town building even, which I was very critical of in that video. It all sort of clicked and I got the platinum for it. I put like 35 hours into it in November and I love this game. It took a while. It did take a while, but I even mentioned in that video, like I think once I get over like the hurdle of like really learning it, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to say it's a learning curve because it really was getting the two characters at once that made me love it. I said in that video though, like I think I could end up loving this game. I just need to get past whatever weird weird issues I'm having with it. And eventually it did really click. I think the pacing of the game can still be kind of weird, and it certainly just gets more fun as you play, and then eventually you break the game to the point where you're doing runs without even looking really, which I think for some people might be a downside because it's like, well, the game becomes trivial. But that's the reason I love Vampire Survivors and a lot of other roguelikes. I love when I just become completely overpowered to the point where it's just like, okay, I'm raking in the money, I'm raking in the resources now. I'm still not completely like in love with like the town building and stuff. Eventually, I kind of set up my town to be optimized for getting the like the wheat and the wood and the stone and everything, as well as money and upgrading buildings as fast as possible. But I didn't make it look pretty or anything, right? It just kind of looks like a very functional version of whatever the most optimized way to get these resources is. And then the actual gameplay itself, having all these different balls and combining them, fusing them like you would in Vampire Survivors, having all the baby balls, increasing those in power. There were some fun trophies where it's like, I mean, there were ball combinations I didn't even know you could do where it's like you combine 3 items instead of 1 or even like 4 for the passive abilities, which I didn't even know was possible until I looked it up. So there was a lot of fun with this game. I really enjoyed it. I got very addicted to it for like a week straight. And yeah, that was a big part of November for me was Ball Pit. Happy to platinum it. I know they announced some updates for early 2026. I will definitely come back if there are more trophies added. I've also actually been playing some at Yakuza Kiwami 2. I actually started playing it through on the Switch 2 finally. I'm going to report back on that in a full video, I think, later in the month, so stay tuned for that. I won't get too into it here. But the final game I really wanted to discuss in today's video is Call of Duty Black Ops 7. So if you've watched the channel for over a year now, or if you watch my other channel, you'll know I'm a Call of Duty guy. And if you've been online, you know the reaction to this game has been horrid. People are really down on Black Ops 7. And I think a lot of that is justified. However, I do think, especially when talking about the multiplayer, which is the main mode that I play, but also just most people play, and even zombies, which I haven't touched too much yet, the multiplayer is awesome. This is the most fun I've had with like a Call of Duty multiplayer in a very long time. Now, if you watched my videos last year, you might get deja vu there because I was saying similar things about Black Ops 6, and we'll see, time will tell with Black Ops 7. The issue with Black Ops 6 last year was it fell off so hard. The content updates were not there. The support was not there. There was a huge hacking issue, which is still kind of there in Black Ops 7. I haven't really had too much trouble with it. Maybe now that Warzone is coming out with integration, there will be issues. But Black Ops 6 fell off really hard. I had a great first month with it, but in terms of longevity, it was just not there. It was not where it needed to be. The maps, I think, were pretty awful, actually. It was a fun little camo grind on Stakeout, the very small map. But Black Ops 7, I have had so much fun with. I would say the maps in this game are the closest to like what I think of when I think of like a great Call of Duty map since probably Black Ops 3, but I think you could even really draw some comparisons to Black Ops 2. The multiplayer maps, the 3 lane design, it feels like this is like Treyarch in their prime again with these map designs. I don't think there's a single map I don't like, right? Like I really like every single map in this game. There are some that are better than others, of course, but the map design is on point, and they haven't added like any of these like super small maps yet, so it hasn't become like a camo grind fest for a lot of people. And it just feels like the pacing of the game is fantastic. I love the new movement. I love wall jumping. I've always been a wall running fan in these games. It's not quite wall running. It's like a little hop you do, but that's fun. Even seeing like the Black Ops 2 maps that they did bring back, seeing those, but with this new jump movement, has been a lot of fun. So the multiplayer, like the progression of the multiplayer, I'm currently Prestige 3, and like I'm almost Prestige 4 actually. So I played a lot of this game in the past month, and in terms of multiplayer, it is just a lot of fun. We'll see how the content updates are. Season 1 actually just dropped today when I'm recording this. I have not had a chance to play it yet. I'm very excited to. There's some Warzone integration, and I'm not sure if I'm even going to mess with that. And then, like I said, zombies I haven't touched. The campaign was really bad. I don't know if it's as bad as people are saying. I think it was better than Modern Warfare 3, the modern Warfare 3, the 2023 one. But it's not good. I played it co-op with my friend Tucker over at Backlog Banter, and it's not good. But I am admittedly someone who does not really play Call of Duty for the campaign. I do play the campaigns, but if a campaign is kind of mid or whatever, I'm just like, okay, whatever. Like Black Ops 3, I think the campaign in that game is absolutely horrendous, and that's one of my favorite Call of Duty games. So, campaign not too big of a deal for me. Overall, though, really enjoying Black Ops 7. I just hope the updates are there. It looks like they are. They have all these cool weekly challenges with like weapon parts and stuff, and season 1 is like the biggest season ever. A lot of cool maps. They're bringing back Meltdown from Black Ops 2, which has never been remade. So yeah, Black Ops 7 been having a ton of fun with that game, and I think this might be a year I actually like play through the entire year, which has not happened since Cold War, I believe. So yeah, really, really enjoying it. That being said, though, let's get into some channel updates here. I just wanted to kind of, let you all know where I stand on the Its-A-Mii situation. So if you've been subscribed for a while, you might notice I have not been uploading very much. In fact, I haven't really been uploading much on either of my channels, Botox Games being my main channel, I guess you would say, for Nintendo news and coverage. I made this channel back in 2024, in August of 2024, actually July, I think. And the entire premise of the channel was video game collecting, and I was going to make video game collecting pickup videos and news and all that stuff. And obviously, collecting is still very important to me. I have a lot of games in my collection. You might actually notice I've sold quite a bit of Switch stuff and Wii U. Even I actually kind of gave up on the complete Wii U set dream, just because I don't know. I'm just like, if I'm not gonna have time to play these games eventually, or if I pick up a game and I look at it and I'm like, am I realistically going to play this in the next 15 years? And I don't know the answer to that. I'm just like, I probably don't need to own this. So I've been downsizing quite a bit. PlayStation has grown a lot. Switch has gone down a lot. Switch 2 is still growing quite a bit. Really loving the Switch 2 recently. But collecting has definitely gone to the backside, and I think a lot of that does come from the entire controversy with another new release here, Octopath Traveler 0, with these bad boys. So I've obviously made my stance clear. I don't think game key cards are an issue. They're not ideal, obviously, but they're not something that make me stop buying and talking about physical video games or collecting video games. I'm still going to buy them. I'm still going to play them on Switch 2. However, the reaction to it has definitely made making videos on physical games, especially in the Nintendo scene, which is what I really enjoy the most. Obviously, I play on PlayStation quite a bit. I love going for platinums. It's made talking about them just not fun. It's a toxic space no matter what I do. And certainly there are people that are thinking along the lines of me, and obviously I want different ideals in the comments as well. But you go on Twitter, dude, and it is so bad. It is so bad how people react to these things. And frankly, even though they're clearly selling fine, people are buying them more and more people every day. I feel like I'm seeing posts about them, and people are like, "Oh, great! I'm gonna buy these like Star Wars Outlaws on Black Friday." It was like one of the biggest Black Friday games for Nintendo. And even though I'm going to continue buying them and collecting them, that's mixed with my general kind of downsizing of my collection. I haven't felt the drive to make to make collecting videos as much. I didn't do like the new releases video for December. I thought about it. I thought about bringing it back for PlayStation, and I was just kind of like, I don't know, man. I just, no matter what I do, no matter what I say, even if I don't say you put an opinion of the key cards in the video, people are still going to just be like, why are you promoting this? Why are you talking about this? And that's fine. I could just ignore them. I'm sure I'll get a lot of comments being like, Bo, just ignore them. Sure, and I could. However, just thinking back to when I first made this channel versus now, the reaction in the comments, the conversation in the comments, it used to just be so much more civil. And frankly, I just don't feel like putting that energy into the world. If game key cards really make people that miserable and they get that angry about it that they have to click on every video and complain about it, I'm just not going to talk about it as much. Certainly, they'll still come up. I'll still show them. I'll still do pickups videos where I show them from time to time. But it's not something where I feel like I really want to make a video about every game that I'm buying. And it's a key card. Okay, we got to put that disclosure in, and people are going to freak out in the comments, dislike bomb the video. It's just not where I want to put my energy, frankly. So very unfortunate. Like I said, people will comment, oh, just ignore the haters or whatever. And that's very true. And I will say, it's not like they're hating me specifically. So it feels different. They're hating Nintendo, which is valid, but also I just don't want to even be a part of it, frankly. I'll still post my pickups. I'll do some pickups videos. I'll post them on Twitter, whatever. But it's toxic out there. And the reality is they're not going anywhere. They're going to start selling more and more, especially with like Pocopia being a key card. I don't know if these people are going to go away. I don't know if they're going to accept the fact that key cards are here to stay and that they actually are overall a good thing, clearly. But yeah, that's not gonna that's not gonna go away, and people are gonna always be complaining, I feel like. So that has definitely put a huge hamper on my desire to make collecting videos. However, what I've really gotten into this year even more, I feel like each year it's like compounded more and more. I have gotten so much more into RPGs that this channel is going to be an RPG channel. That's what I've decided what I want to do with it. I've had a lot of different ideas. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll do like a kind of like a platinum trophy hunting style channel, and those videos might still exist here as well. But the videos I've really enjoyed making this year have been reviews and news coverage of like Trails in the Sky or any number of JRPGs that I played this year, and just kind of really enjoying that. The community around JRPGs is usually very fun to hang around, very positive. So once again, Octopath Zero, there will be a review of this. Square Enix did send me a PS5 code for it, so shout out to them. But yeah, Octopath, I'll definitely do a video on. Yakuza Kiwami 2, I'm gonna do a video on, not quite an RPG, but kind of is. Yakuza in general is a series I want to cover more. I actually never did a full video giving my thoughts on Trails in the Sky. I did some news videos on it, but I never did a video about the game itself after I played it. So you'd expect that to come in the very near future, as well as some other things. I still want to do another video on Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD after I platinum it. And then moving forward into 2026, I mean, there's JRPGs coming out every week, it feels like. And also just more Japanese games. Like, I'm a big Warriors fan. I'll be covering maybe the Warriors Origins DLC, or certainly Dynasty Warriors 3 complete when that releases in March. That kind of stuff. Those are the videos you can expect on this channel moving forward. For a while there, I had moved all my reviews over to Its-A-Mii. I've decided that Its-A-Mii should just be JRPG content and a little bit of collecting whenever I feel like posting a collecting video. And then Botox games should just be everything Nintendo. That's where the Nintendo content is going to be. It is kind of hard to draw a line in between, like in the sand, of what these channels are, because they are overall pretty similar. I'm still just talking about games. I'm still talking about games on Nintendo platforms a lot of the time on both channels. But I think that is a good delineation to have. Nintendo, Botox games. JRPGs, and I guess some other third-party content over on here on Its-A-Mii. But I guess there will be some other third-party things as well. I might do a Game Awards video here talking about any JRPGs that are announced at the Game Awards, or Japanese games that are announced there. But I think in terms of the videos that I want to make, the games that I want to cover, that is the best way to separate everything. And, you know, admittedly, I have been very much off the horse the past couple of months in terms of uploading, even on my main channel. You know, there's been a lot of Nintendo games coming out: Pokemon, Hyrule Warriors, Kirby, Metroid Prime, and I've covered them all to an extent, but I have not done like I mean, for a long time there, I was doing daily videos, and that has definitely fallen to the wayside. It's been like 2 videos a week, maybe, recently. I don't want to just upload for the sake of uploading, obviously, and I think that's kind of been actually nice, stepping back a little bit from the Nintendo news grind, especially as there hasn't been much to talk about in terms of news anyway. But I do want to get back on like a more consistent schedule of like 3 videos over there a week, 3 videos over here a week, you know, and just kind of do those things. Honestly, I thought about just combining the 2 channels again and just like putting all the RPG content over there. But I think for the sake of my own enjoyments of making the videos, and also to keep the algorithm pure, it makes more sense to have Nintendo and JRPGs separate, if that makes sense. And maybe if, like, you know, Fire Emblem or the next Xenoblade, maybe those would just be on this channel as well, because I don't think people that care about my Pokemon coverage care as much about Xenoblade, if that makes sense. It's kind of hard. It's a hard balance to strike, honestly, with both of these channels. But I just wanted to hop on here and kind of ramble about the games I've been playing, but also give you some channel updates, kind of where I see things with this channel moving forward. I'm probably not going to be doing like the new releases videos, maybe some sort of other version of it that's not necessarily focused on physical, maybe like a new JRPG releases video, games I'm excited for that month video, those kinds of things. But in terms of like, okay, I'm going to cover every new physical release, including, you know, Bluey on Switch 2, I think we kind of lost the plot a little bit with the collecting on Switch 2, to be honest, where we're getting excited for games just because they're on the cartridge and not because the games are exciting. So that has definitely hurt my enjoyments a little bit of the hobby, of the collecting hobby. So yeah, I just wanted to hop on here, ramble about some things with you all, give you guys an update on where I've been. I know I have not uploaded since before Thanksgiving, actually, so it's been a pretty big gap here. There will be videos soon. Give me some time. I got to play through Octopath a little bit. Got to finish up Kiwami 2 and do some other things. And of course, there'll be some year-end videos, like my favorite games of the year, most anticipated RPGs of 2026, or just games of 2026, that kind of stuff. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for that. And subscribe here if you enjoy that type of content. Until next time, folks. Peace.